In the summer of 1914, the world stood on the brink of a conflict unlike any others, a war that would engulf nations, reshape borders, and leave a legacy of destruction and change. This is the story of the First World War, a conflict that defined a generation and changed the course of history forever. It began with a spark, a single event that ignited a powder keg of tension in Europe on June 20th, 1914. Archduke French Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary was assassinated in Sarajevo by Gavril Princip, a Bosnian Serb nationalist. This act set off a chain reaction among the greatest power of Europe. Behind this assassination lay years of rising nationalism, complex alliance, and imperial ambitions. Austria-Hungary, and backed by Germany, declared war on Siberia. Russia mobilized in support of Siberia, and within weeks Germany declared war on Russia, then on France. When German troops crossed into Belgium, Britain entered the fray, marking the start of a global conflict. The war on the Western Front. The Western Front became the epicenter of conflict, a 400-mile stretch from the English Channel to Switzerland. Here, the war settled into a brutal settlement of trench warfare. Soldiers on both sides dug in, creating a hellish world of mud, barbed wire, and death. New technology made the fighting even more deadly. Machine guns, poison gas, and heavily artillery turned battles like a burden, and the summer into bloodbath. Millions of men lost their lives in a war where a advance were measured in the myriad. Life in the trenches were living nightmares. Disease and the constant threat of death, yet through the carnage, a strange solidarity formed among the men, united by their shared suffering. War beyond Europe. But this was not just a European war, it was a world war. The Ottoman Empire joined the Central Power, opening a new front in the Middle East. British forces, supported by Arab allies, fought in deserts and mountain, capturing the key cities like Jerusalem and Damascus. Colonial power pulled millions of soldiers from Africa, India, and Southeast Asia into the conflict. These men fought and died far from home, often overlooked in the large narrative of the war. In the Atlantic, German U-boats and British blocked threatened supply lines, starving nations and bringing the war to the sea. America entered the wars for 3 years. The United States remained neutral, but the tide turned in 1917. Germany's policies of unrestricted submarines warfare and the interception of the Zimmerman telegram, a secret message proposing a German-Mexican alliance, drew America into the conflict. President Woodrow Wilson framed the war as a struggle to make the world safe for democracy. American soldiers, known as the Dove Boys, bolstered the very allies, bringing fresh energy and the resources to the battlefield. Their arrival helped turn the tide against Germany and the Central Powers. The end of the World War. By 1918, Germany and its allies were on the brink of collapse. A series of Allied offensive pushed the Central Power back, and revolution rocked Germany and the Austria-Hungary. On the November 11th, 1918, at 11 a.m., the guns fell silent as the armistice was signed, ending the fighting on the Western Front. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1990, formally ended the war. It imposed harsh terms on Germany, redrew the map of Europe, and sowed the seeds of resentment and economic hardship that would later fuel the rise of extremism. The aftermath, the cost of First World War was a staggering over 60 million people. Soldiers and civilians lost their life, entire cities lay in ruin, and the trauma of war hundreds a generation. The war to end all wars had left deep scar, reshaping borders and empires, but also sowing the seeds of future conflicts. In the aftermath, nation grappled with the challenge of rebuilding and remembering. The League of Nations was born out of a desire to prevent such a catastrophe from happening again, but the peace was fragile, and beneath the surface new tensions were already brewing. The First World War changed the world forever. It was a time of unprecedented suffering, but also of courage and realizing resilient a country. A century later, its legacy continues to shape our understanding of conflict, sacrifices, and the fragile hope for peace.